Hi, my name is James Skemp, and this is an introduction to my listing of Xbox 360 console games. Um, I've only got 16 physical copies, and like the other videos I've done, I'm just going to do physical copies. I'm not going to do electronic games that I've purchased, which I've actually done more of on the 360. Before I jump ahead to that, I'll give you some history on 360. So I started with Nintendo, I moved to PlayStation, and then when the Xbox 360 came out, actually, we'll step back a generation, we'll go to the original Xbox. When that came out, I was in college. I think some of my roommates had that. Actually, it might have been, right around the end of college. And I think some roommates had it, but they played a lot of sports games and a lot of first-person shooters. And at that time, I just really wasn't into first-person shooters. And quite honestly, the original Xbox was kind of ugly. So when the 360 came out, I didn't really have any reason to look at purchasing one. I was still happy with my PlayStation 2 and my original PlayStation, so I stuck with those. Then the PlayStation 3 came out, and I was on the fence about that. I really wanted to pick one up. Price tag was a little bit high at that time, and the version I have is one of the original 80 gigabytes, so I could play old PS2 games. So I was really going for that. But I had some coworkers around that time that played on 360, and they said, "Oh, it's great. Xbox Live is great, fun machine." So I was kind of on the fence. It looked like there were some games that were good. The achievements kind of appealed to me, just because I'm a completionist for mini games, especially for the PS2 era. And but I ended up getting a PlayStation 3, and then I went over to one of my coworkers' house. I think I dropped off his phone or something that he left at work. And I played the first game that I ended up picking up. I played Gears of War 2, and it was just this amazing game. I think the last first-person shooter I played at that point was really like Unreal Tournament. I loved those games during college, but then for whatever reason I started getting nauseous, and I think it was more watching people play. My brain couldn't keep up, or whatever the issue is with people like me. And so here's Gears of War 2, and I could actually play it, and it was really fun. I really liked the cover-based system. So I think shortly thereafter, I ended up picking up the 360 that I've got now, and Gears of War 2. And since then, I've picked up a lot of games. The 360 is one of the first consoles that I actually started selling back games in mass for, just because there were so many games that had been hyped up, and I heard really good things about them, and they just didn't live up to the expectations I had, or I played through enough and I was done. I was gonna sell it in and get some other games, and I wanted more, and then I thought I would enjoy more. So that's the introduction to the 360 console video game listing that I'm going to do. I figured an introduction video would be better because some of my videos have gotten long, and people have mentioned that the length is a little bit much. So I thought I'd do a short one, and then I'll probably break up the videos that I do on the actual games into a couple different parts. I just ran a listing, and it looks like I have 16 physical Xbox 360 games that I still own. So, and I know that there's at least a couple in that beginning list that I'm gonna ramble about. So, probably 2 or 3 parts at like 15-20 minutes each. But then I figure I can refer back to this, and everybody will be up to speed. So, thanks for watching, and I hope you watch the additional parts. Thanks.